Recording in progress. She really scary. Okay. Guys, that was me really trying not to say yo, 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 which is, I feel like, what I've been up to recently. Guys, I don't know how to podcast to make it famous, you know? So we're just doing this. What's up? What's new? This is 102. This is 102, the 102nd episode. How fun. Last week was Caroline. I had a great time with Caroline. Listen to that episode if you haven't listened to it. What's new? Nothing's really new. My skin is still attacking me. And I do wonder if you guys really liked that allergy corner, because I will keep you updated on the condition of my skin if that's something that you guys are like freaky into. I don't think anyone is. It's just it's just every day. It's something I'm thinking about that I thought I should share with you all. But besides that, what the heck is going on? Nothing. It's summertime. She's winding down. She's winding down to a close. I'm very excited to put layers on so no one has to see my body anymore. And speaking of sunny times, okay. Speaking of this hot sun, we're taking absolutely a trip, as if this is the first LA person I've had on my podcast. We are having a sunny episode today. I'm very excited. We're talking to, listen, did we know him in Chicago cold days? Yes. And now he's sunny boy in LA. It sounds true. This guy, let me tell you about this guy. He's so funny, making you laugh. 1/3 of Shrimp Boys. And if that sounds familiar, you know, past guest of the show, Luke Taylor, has been on the show. We got to get David. I will admit David's the one that I know the least, but I find very, very charming and very, very funny. So David, this is your call. But fuck David for now, because it's Wyatt, baby. Oh. Wyatt Fair? That's crazy. Yeah, that's really your last name.
That's really my last name. Yeah,
you
Wyatt Fair.
Yourself to be fair in life?
Like just? Yeah, I think
yeah.
So. Yeah, I have an even temperament, and I don't think that I pop off on people too much.
When's the last time you did pop off? Let's talk about it.
I don't know if I popped off on someone.
Yeah, do you go absolutely wild?
I feel like I pop off in my head all the time on people, you know, and like.
Me too. Yeah.
I got mad. I'll get mad I'll get stirred up like with a friend about something happening. You know what I mean? Like it's not as if am like. I can get mad, but it's usually not like directed towards a specific person.
Right. This is I understand.
I have like angst. I have angst. We'll get into the angst, I think.
Yeah.
Later on with the the materials of the podcast. But
that's
like I have like I have anger and frustration.
It's simmering. Yeah. I understand that. I feel like it would be a lie to say that I'm like the nicest person in the world. I think I am generally very nice, but I know that I'm also very judgmental. I just keep that shit to myself or in small quarters, you know. I don't use it to do an external bullying, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not that way, but in my head I'm like, that fucking bitch is a fucking bitter, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely scathing reviews in my mind.
Someone said to me last night, they were like, you're quite, I don't think they said gentle. It wasn't gentle or it wasn't coy, but they were like, oh, you're reserved. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. Because we had done a Shrimp Boy show last night, a comedy show, sketch comedy show. And
some of the best.
When I get on the stage, I'm
absolutely wild.
I'm yelling, I'm loud, I'm making a mess up there. But it's it is true. They were like, great set. And I was like, oh, thank you. You know, I just like said it normal. And they're like, oh, wow, I thought you would be like gregarious. And it's like, I guess, I think I am.
You're not gregarious, first of all.
I'm not gregarious, but it's like when approached by a stranger, I'm like totally. And again, I think this is actually going to get into the issue stuff on the pod later on.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we're going to get there because I think this is a huge part of kind of what happened.
Okay.
When I was younger. I don't want to, but I'm not doing your job for you. You know what I mean? I'm not.
No. I love it. I love having a direction.
Yeah. You know? I mean, I'm always, I'm, you know.
I just think it's funny. It's like, what did they expect? Were they expecting you to be like, fuck, dude, hell yeah, thanks, man.
I mean, dude, so many comedy people are like that though. That is just crazy. You'll see someone that are really loud on stage and they're like, hey, yeah. They're like also doing bits off stage and being like psychotic. And I'm like, relax.
I was gonna go more in on that, and then I remembered that like I do think I am one of the few people. I'm not gonna say I don't know, but I am a person who's like Twitter persona, quote unquote, or the tone of their Twitter. I am that in real life, you know.
Totally, yeah.
I think it is a thing of like, oh, so she is like that. And I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I definitely think I am like that, but it truly is the difference between straight. I'm not talking. I don't like to talk over a stranger or do bits with a stranger.
Yeah.
Especially if they're just like a regular person. I mean, like
they're a civilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a fucking peon.
Absolutely very not on topic, but it just made me think of, did you see that like Whitney Cummings clip where she's like, we didn't ask for this. We didn't sign up for this.
We're trying our best.
I actually didn't even watch it with audio on. I just watched it.
Yeah, no, you got the gist. Yeah.
I was like, cool. This is interesting. Yeah. How do you feel as a comedian? Do you feel that you're under attack? What if I start making my podcast like real Joe Rogan style?
As a male comedian, I am under fucking.
And we're talking.
It's like I'm in the fucking interrogation room.
We're talking cis and white. Okay.
Yes. Cis,
oh my god.
White.
Pressure cooker. You watch it everywhere.
And I'm from fucking California, so I'm better than everybody else.
Oh fuck! I'm scared for you, my guy.
Well, they're coming for me.
If this is your last podcast appearance,
it's to do comedy is the easiest. It's not. I mean, it's not easy.
Easy.
It's like shut up.
Yeah.
I also, I'm not like. I don't think that comedians are philosopher kings, and I don't think that they're going to change the world at all.
Controversial.
Yeah, they should just keep going.
Okay, this is really making me want my podcast to become like a controversial one. You know.
Yeah. I can say something really fucked up if you want me to. I have jury duty. I have jury duty tomorrow, and I'm like, should I say something really fucked up? So they like,
oh shit.
Make it so I don't like have to, you know what
I mean? I don't know if I should say this on a podcast, but I'm saying it. I've definitely like gotten jury duty twice, and like didn't go, but because it was like they sent it to Florida, and I had already moved to Chicago, and then they sent it to Chicago, and I was just moving to New York. I'm like, sorry guys, can't catch me.
I'm out of town. Yeah. They sent it to me like during COVID, or like in like maybe March of this year, and then they like pushed it away somehow, and then like it's just getting pushed, and now it's tomorrow. But I don't know.
Well, I hope it's exciting. Just kidding. Abolish it all.
I think I'm just gonna say that. It's gonna be really. I would bring my Nintendo Switch and play. I think like games.
Yeah.
But I also think that I think I'm gonna tell them that that I freelance so hard that I can't possibly be a juror.
You can't.
I'll go broke.
Yeah, I mean the freelancer's lifestyle.
It's not really true. I have like a job.
You have a job. Yeah. Okay, brag.
Yeah, I got a 9-to-5 remote job. Yeah, things are going pretty fucking good for me.
Pretty fucking sweet. But I'm really, all of these things up top making me very excited to dive in. So I do want to dive into this. Let's if you, for some reason, have never listened to this podcast before, where have you been? This is obviously iTunes #1 on the charts podcast hosted by Rebecca Rose Bolnez, myself. It's the #1 of that. And it is a podcast about childhood crushes and how they make you so cuckoo crazy in your head. And to go into adulthood like that, we'll see what the results are. And that's what the podcast is. So let's get into it. Where are we going in your crush history? Are we talking about a couple people? Are we talking about one central? What's the sitch?
I danced around with some ideas. Definitely the crush era. The era of time is definitely like 7th to 8th grade. There is a person that but the thing about it is someone that we did sort of date. Like we were like boyfriend and girlfriend for a minute.
Yeah.
But as far as romantic kind of like little she's the one.
She's the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, shout out to some others that I don't know if I should shout.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, I mean, we became friends afterwards, but shout out to Chloe Cummings, dude. She came She came to California from Rhode Island. She taught me that a bubbler, they call it a water fountain, a bubbler in Rhode Island, which is pretty cool.
A water fountain?
A water fountain. Like
that is
a
psychotic. I love
Isn't that
it.
Weird bubbler. I thought that was funny.
How many bubbles are in the water?
No bubbles, right?
Yeah.
It should be a clear stream. There should be no bubbles. I guess it's like bubbling at the top.
It's actually that in Rhode
Island. That sounds like a failed.
Yeah, they have like seltzer. It's seltzer in the water fountains.
That
actually,
would be good.
That would be pretty sick. Okay, so shout out, honorable mention, Chloe.
Shout out, honorable mention.
Taught you so much.
You know, I mean, God, yeah. We became friends. I asked her out. She said no. I went, all right, that's fine. Then we became friends afterwards. She's a kid now, I think. So that's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I dated a girl named Anna.
Is Anna the one we're talking about? Or
she's the one. Yeah.
So we're going to.
Do I drop the last name?
You know, you don't have to if you want to. You don't have to.
I think if I had jumped in with it, I would. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
I don't think I'm on her radar anymore, and I don't think we're not on each other.
It's like, is she a first and last name crush? You know,
Anna Jax.
Pretty good.
No, I mean she was. Yeah, I think it sounds good. GEX. It's a cool name.
Okay.
And it's short. We both had short names. You know,
Wyatt.
9 letters. 9 letters. 7-letter full name. I mean, that's
wild. And there's some numerology shit with that.
Yeah,
we're actually destined.
So
this is in California, right? This is
California.
You grew up.
I grew up in Orange County. I grew up in Laguna Beach, California, specifically, if you can believe it. Great show. Don't hold it against me. My parents are not. They're middle class people.
Are they? No, just kidding.
They are. No, they are. Literally. I mean, maybe they're broke. I don't
know. Us their gross income.
Yeah. It was good for a minute. Then I was like, wait, where'd all of the money go? My mom's like, I don't know. I'm like, I feel like she's for sure gonna listen to this. She's gonna be really
I love. Mom should listen. Mom's like.
I literally. I think I'm gonna out like something that I did that was bad.
You can get a little ring-a-ling.
For maybe that. I mean, it's like she can't hold it against me now. It was like 12 years. It was. How long ago is it?
And then she grounds you from a distance.
Yeah, she's like, you have to come home. But this girl Anna, so we met at the movie theater, which is like when you're going out with your friends. You didn't go to my. Yeah, I'm not a very good storyteller, so I'm just gonna kind of like.
No, you're great. You're doing wonderful.
We'll see how it goes. I don't consider myself a great storyteller, but I think
as a writer, I'm not really a great storyteller.
We're rapping. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm more of a character, you know, dialogue based. I'm like Aaron. I'm Aaron Sorkin.
This is the Aaron Sorkin of podcasts.
Yeah. We met at the movie theater, and
what were you seeing?
I wish I could tell you. I can tell you that me and her saw the movie Transformers together.
Listen,
later on.
When you first see Transformers, I remember when I first saw Transformers, I definitely was like, this is one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah, it was that.
I was so about it.
I remember this distinctly because I was like, at one point I looked up during the movie Transformers and I was like, yo, Brandon, that looks like your sister. And he was like, that actress has been in the movie for the last 40 minutes. Because I was too busy making out with Amber.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, I didn't even know this character.
We're gonna end up making out, so this is good.
Yeah,
this is good to know.
Yeah, but that's not this time.
Up top.
This is a different later time.
Okay, this is lit. I want to know up top though. Are you a crushy person at this point? Are you like trying to date girls, or is this like you're swept? You know.
I think that I am a crushy person. I think that what's interesting about this crush in particular is that this was like because I grew up real sensitive, I think, really sensitive type of guy. That did not like bode too well. It doesn't bode too well for a while there because you're like, you know, you got to be kind of tough to get a girl or a little girlfriend.
But it wasn't sensitive 12. As translated into like emo or something?
A little bit. We're definitely in like a sort of scene emo subculture here.
Yes.
The music choices at the time will reflect this.
Yes. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So you're kind of
And
wanting a GF maybe, or a
I'm kind of wanting, yeah, I'm definitely kind of wanting a GF. I'm kind of wanting like a little bit of a connection.
mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, so this girl, Anna, went to a different school than I did. And like we literally met at the movie theaters. Me, my friend Brandon, and I, who I mentioned already.
Yeah.
This is by the way, this is Brandon Conrad, younger brother of Lauren Conrad.
What?
Yeah.
California.
This is very
Patient.
California. If you can believe this.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
we're dancing with the celebs here. You know what I mean?
Wow. Wild.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you could believe it.
And that's how you got in the career you have today.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. No, it's
It
all
was
nepotism for
Brandon.
me. Yeah. It's Conrad nepotism.
Yeah.
I'm developing a new line of board shorts.
Good. You have
Through
to.
Lauren. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we have to be multi-hyphenate in this day and age. You know what I mean? That's not,
I would actually die if you, and then it's like, well, and actually the crush is her, is Lauren.
Is Lauren
It's her
Conrad?
and
Yeah, yeah.
and we did
Yeah.
it a lot.
It was no, dude, super unrequited. Yeah, like 10 years my senior.
She had other stuff
like
going on.
Famous was on television. Didn't want to hook up with me. I was 12 years old.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So Brandon's there.
Brandon's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this girl Anna has a friend Mackenzie, so you can see it here. There's two and two.
And this two boys, two girls.
Two boys, two girls, and this is the classic formation for a great summer when two best friends date two best friends. I mean,
so was this like this was a meetup on purpose, or like actually you just met?
No, totally random. Totally random.
And like in the concessions line, like how'd you meet?
It was definitely outside of the movie theater. It's also like, you used to just like go to the movie theaters to like hang out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's entirely possible, and I think probably probable that we did not see a movie that night. We just hung out at Ocean Ranch movie theater and maybe like went to Panda Express.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm a child. I have nowhere to go.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk around.
Yeah.
Do kids get to do that now? Do you know?
I don't really know.
Do you know any 12 or 13-year-olds?
I mean, I know like now parents would not 15 now, so he was once 12 and 13.
Did he go to the movie theater and hang out?
I mean, movies are becoming his culture now. He's getting more into it now, but he's very much like he loves his games and he loves his books. He's a nerd boy.
Does he play Fortnite?
He does play Fortnite, but I think it's also different. Like, I don't know. I've thought about this a lot recently, is like cities growing up as a kid in certain cities. Like this is Miami for him.
Right. Yeah.
He can't really go anywhere unless he's driven somewhere. He does go to the park across the street sometimes because he's like that. He likes being outdoors and etc. But he doesn't, he's not like having hangout mall culture at this point. But I think that's because he's not interested really,
Right. Yeah.
Very
I guess
cool.
if you're in a city, yeah, you like pop around and you do. I was talking to my friend. I was talking to a friend. I don't want to because I feel like I don't remember now which friend it was. But they were talking about growing up in New York and like, yeah, we would run errands with each other. Like you'd go because you just have to keep moving. You don't you don't hang out anywhere, which makes sense. It is kind of like the vibe still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're in New York, you're just kind of like running around to meet someone somewhere while they have to do a bunch of stuff and like running around.
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's not exhausting at all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So you guys are actually just loitering outside of the movie theater, probably.
Probably loitering outside of the movie theater. And I don't know I think they probably approached us. I think we were both kind of like relatively shy.
Okay.
But I will say there was this X factor of like, we don't know these girls. They don't go to our school. So it's like there was like there was a sense.
It was like an eye contact thing, like a
magnetism. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it was probably by this big fountain outside of the movie theater. If I had my druthers, that's probably where we were.
Yeah. So they were.
Yeah,
I'm sure they were the brave ones who went up to you guys.
I think so. But we were like, at least I felt like I was like, oh, I can really be like I can do my thing now. I think I was like funny then already. And this
Okay,
girl is
yeah.
really funny, and I think that is crucial to what I was like, this is the funniest person I ever met. I was like, they don't have girls like this at my school who are fucking riff.
Totally got fucking
We
square.
would riff, bro. We were riffing all the time.
So
And I
you're
was like,
and riffing is becoming the love language for you, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. Yeah.
Um,
So you guys start talking, is it's an instant X factor type thing.
yeah,
Do you and Brandon both have like, yeah, like clearly defined that's my pick and that's your pick of the two?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I don't know exactly how that unfolded, but it was like obvious for sure what it was going to be.
Yeah.
I think it was taller and shorter. When I was taller, so I went with taller girl. I think
That's
shorter,
sometimes that's all you need.
shorter girl. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, this is the summer. I think this is the summer going into the 8th grade.
Okay.
Or yeah, yes, yeah.
Those good years where it's starting to
There's,
happen.
or maybe it might just be more. I think it actually might be pre summer
Mm,
of 8th grade
okay.
graduation. I
Yeah.
think because
So we're getting into the preteens.
yes,
Yeah.
the relationship was mostly a summer romance, and I believe that the summer romance, summer
And
fling
it's
is going to
summertime,
come.
baby. I'm glad we squeezed it in. Okay. So you get to the movie theater. What happens next?
I'll tell
Like,
you.
oh, whoa. This girl.
I've put this so far away. I was like, how do I even remember this? The final flirtation moment was that me and Anna engaged in a texting competition to see who could text fastest.
Oh,
The
wow.
phrase, do you know the band The Sounds? Do you
The
remember The
sound?
Sounds? Yeah.
Maybe.
Kind of like just like I couldn't even say like girl group like sort of like the vibe. I don't even know what the vibe like almost like Slater Kinney ish, but like not really,
Okay.
or and more a little more electronics potentially. And so we engaged in a texting competition to text the phrase I love the sound. Who
You
can
could do it
text
faster.
the fastest was the
Like
thing.
at each other there when you're
On like literally two phones next to each other, like I won or whatever.
That's beautiful.
Bizarre. What
so
is
texting
that?
each other, so it's a mechanism to get the number. Hell yeah.
Then, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Um,
I love
and
what
that
could
was
pass
like
that for a flirt.
that was like our first joke. That was like our first riff, and and then we would just text that to each other every now and then, and it's like I'm thinking, you know what I mean?
Oh, when it starts with an inside joke, like we're off to the races. If you
Yeah,
have one within the first encounter,
and a shared musical interest. I mean, come on.
Yeah. That's and were you also sort of self-defined by that kind of shit at that point, like your music and whatever?
I would say so. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Like, how would you brand yourself as at that point as a kid?
I mean, I was
Funny
that was
alt
still
kid, or
I was still like a skater at that point. That's definitely part of my personality, that I'm like a skateboarder. I'm like sort of like I like, it's not even like I'm into like punk culture, but it's like that's like part of like the.
But you have long hair.
I have long blonde hair that's like literally like swooped to the side here, flipped out at the end.
Yeah.
I do look very feminine, which is also another thing that we can get it. That bothered me, but I like liked it. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like teased for it, but then I was like, well, I'm not gonna change it,
Oh no, I was so into a girly boy at the time. I'm thinking back to my like skateboard crushes and just like me and my friend being like looking and being like, oh my god, how should we talk? Like I feel it.
Yeah. You're from Miami.
Yeah. So we had some, not enough. Not enough.
Sure.
That's the thing. It was a small group.
I mean, there was definitely skater. There's a
the scene
overflow of skaters
yeah. I mean, it's one of the guaranteed to succeed identities to adopt, I think, in one way or another. So you're absolutely, are you like, you're like, oh damn, okay, this is a thing that I have to pursue now, like instantly.
Okay. Yeah. The vibe was just, the vibe was truly there. The jokes were there.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't even know, it's like hard to say like even like what the speed really like transfixed it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I think at that point in my life I had like, you know, I had like a little bit of a quick wit, but
Yeah.
we felt like there were people, maybe people around me weren't
She
doing
could
that
catch
kind of thing.
up. She could
Didn't
keep
keep
up.
up with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
running the show, I would say.
Okay.
She ran
And that's
quite a bit.
hot.
Yeah,
That's hot.
definitely. Big
Yeah.
time.
So
Big
what
time.
happens next? You exchange the numbers, I assume.
We exchanged the numbers. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of like goes from there into like, I mean, it is, again, this is why I was kind of like, is this the right person? It feels right emotionally, but it's
If it
also
feels
like,
right emotionally, then it's
yeah,
right.
yeah. But
Yeah.
there's definitely, you know what I mean? We do like enter a relation in that the best, like a relationship when you're 13, which is like what it is,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Is it like you start texting each other like every day
yeah,
type thing?
yeah, you know, happy 1 month, happy 2 months, or whatever.
Are you
anniversary
out like, or is it
yeah.
okay
Yeah, and it's easy, it feels easy, it's easy to hang out. So like geographically, she lives on like just past the south end of where my town, Laguna Beach, ends. She lives in Dana Point. And my friend Brandon, the other, you know, my best friend, you know, my foil, if you will.
Yes.
The neighborhood that he lives in is like basically like right there. So, you know, I'm like, hey mom, can you drive me over too? And then I go over to Brandon's house. You know, we can say we're going down to Dana Point or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's like a trolley system. They can meet us at. We're definitely going to the beach. There's a lot of beaches around to go to. Sure, the neighborhood that she lived in was also just like right there, so it was like really easy to kind of. We were always going to either
you became a little clique for the summer.
Definitely, yeah.
Was Brandon like dating the friend?
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
And
oh my god,
everyone's into everyone. Yeah, we got to give a shout out to Mackenzie Skelton. She was cool too.
Mackenzie, thank you.
We actually kind of kept up more as friends sort of later on after sort of the dust settled with all that stuff.
Yeah. So are you feeling like, oh shit, I'm like low key a boyfriend? I'm like feeling myself. Like, how are you feeling in the midst of the beginnings of this?
I think the vibe is honestly more that it's like, I'm like, oh my god, this is so fun. I can hang out with my best friend. I have a girlfriend, and then there's, you know, somebody else, dude. I'm like, this is like, I think I felt very adult in a lot of ways.
I was gonna say, like it's all coming together.
Yeah, and I'd be like, yo, let's meet up, you know what I mean? And then like we would like have dinner, we would like make plans, like we would go to the movies, you know what I mean? It's like there were other friends involved, but it was like kind of like, you know what I mean?
It feels
like,
mature. Like you have, you know, a routine and a plan.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
And and it was just like kind of this girl Anna, like her she lived in like a gated community, and there was like a what do you call it? Like a thing by the beach, like a country, not like a country club, but you know, like a club, you know what I mean, like a
like a center.
Yeah, where she would like, you know, she would bring her like parents' little card and like swipe her credit card and get us like fries and burgers. You know what I mean? We would like that's what we had for dinner. You know, we'd be like sitting around like, yeah, and then we're like, yeah, let's go back to your place, watch a movie. You know what I mean? Like I was like, yeah, we're really like, and we were like, hello, Mrs. Jax. You know what I mean? Like I was really good with parents.
Of course.
I think I still am, but mothers specifically are going crazy for me. That's
just a little sweetie pie. Like
I'm literally just polite and kind of quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm rocking it out. You know, after it's just like now where people are like, I didn't know you were so subdued. I'm like, well, I'm kind of not, but I can't. You know. Anyway.
Yeah.
God, that is so funny. I was literally like, I was like, it's like we have a credit card and we're buying dinner. It's like it's so silly how like
it reminds me so much of
I'm adulting, bro.
Yeah, I mean, me and Patty, my aunt, who's like a year older than me, she was my 100th episode. If you haven't listened, it's great. I love it. If you don't love it, you're fucking weird. But we did not have boys to make us feel adult. So we used to do just like quote unquote pretending time. Like we would be with my grandparents, her parents, and we would be, you know, at a restaurant or something, or like there was this, it's one of those things that I'm like, I don't even know how much I should talk about this on my podcast, because like, it will be my film, you know, it will be my movie, you know, that will be funded.
You can't burn the future.
Yeah, but we would always just have to tell them like, okay, it's pretending time now. Okay. So we're gonna be over here and we're getting our little trays of food and we are sitting by ourselves and we're always just talking like, yeah, so I saw Sarah the other night. She just making shit up, just trying to talk like adults and be alone.
Awesome.
And like they would just let us have, and just I hear it in my grandfather's voice, just like, oh, pretending time. Okay. Like, sorry. We take it very seriously. And it was the sort of thing that we definitely wanted boyfriends for,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We had to be each other's boyfriends, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're absolutely living like a 23-year-old.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Double dates when you're 13. It's like, yeah.
Is it giving kissing? Is it giving touching?
It's giving kissing. It's giving touching.
And are you like, whoa, this is, oh my God.
Yeah, definitely like the first. I think at that point I had like had, like a kiss
a little
before, but like,
yeah,
we're making.
You're making out and it's making you so horny. It's crazy.
I'm horny. Yeah, I'm horny. Yeah. Honestly, I am horny. Honestly, there's no way around it.
Yeah, can't around
and it. It's summertime, so yeah.
Hot and heavy. Yeah. The clothes are minimal. Okay.
Yeah. You can't really. I think about this. My mom. So my mom doesn't live in California anymore. She moved out. She moved to Georgia like 4 years ago. But when I would go back there, like as like like a 20-something-year-old man, it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe it was normal. But it's like there are 13-year-olds walking around in bikinis.
Yeah.
So I mean, you probably know, being from.
I know.
It's just like, oh my, and it's like, it's like what at the time you're like, whatever.
Well, listen,
but it's like,
no, it's so psycho. And I mean, like I asked myself a lot this, and you're like, okay, where did all your crazy body image issues come from? And it's like, well, perhaps maybe living in Miami where people were like fucking scantily clad year round, and it's such an image-based place, like probably not very healthy. I think for a long time I didn't like going to the beach because it's just like you're seeing these women that spend thousands of dollars on their bodies, just naked, and you're like, I'm 13 and I don't look like that. Why? Why don't I look like the 28-year-old woman with fake boobs and a spray tan and a bikini wax?
I'm ugly.
I'm so fucking ugly. Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait till I'm an adult and I can make these decisions.
Exactly. I'm gonna do all the stuff to be hot.
I do think worth addressing that I was definitely for sure chubby most of up, and I guess I did start losing. I think this is the summer. I think this is the summer after my 8th grade, because I started to run cross country in the 9th grade, and I do think there was like a pre-workout, thing. And so I started to lose some weight, I think, during this relationship. And I do think that is part of it, for whatever it's worth.
Like, you were conscious of, what was your confidence like? My
confidence is good. I think over the course of this relationship, both like that is happening and someone like likes me, for my personality more than my looks, because I think I'm kind of fat at this point. But I'm still likes me.
Right. Had that been like a struggle, like something that,
definitely, yeah. I hated going to I would go to the beach, but I did not like it because I was just like.
It's very hard to not.
Heavier than I wanted to be, or whatever.
Yeah, it's hard. I think that we can't underestimate like comparison. We always compare. Yeah. And like, God, I envy the people who don't. Like, they exist.
I don't know how you do it when you're that young, though, right? I mean, unless you're just like literally bawling. Like, I think some people are just literally like bawling back then. They're just like so swag, and they're like 13 and they have 6-packs, and they're just like, I'm an amazing skimboarder, so I'm just like vibing. And I'm like, how are you acting like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could not tell you. Wish I knew. Wish I understood.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So your confidence is growing in this relation, and you're
for sure.
Yeah. So does it go wrong? I feel like it's gonna go wrong. I'm scared.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I think like
are you like I'm in love at some point?
I'm quite smitten. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
you're
like
approaching.
really, I'm really like definitely like so many like mixed CDs being passed back and forth. A lot of little notes. I definitely don't have
Mm.
them now. I didn't try to look because I don't that often. But maybe my mom does. I could try to have her like pull them up maybe potentially someday. But yeah, no, we're full. I'm for sure head over heels, definitely.
Yeah. Are you feeling
Um,
like romantic in it? Like, are you figuring out what that means to you? Or is it like like very good friends who are kissing? Or are you like expressing that sort of do you know what I mean?
I think there's romance. I definitely think there's like a writing component to it where I'm like writing notes and I'm like
Mm,
this feels the impulse to do this and to like do it like right feels
yeah.
and that
What
inspired
are
all my
the
work
notes
now.
like? Like, do you,
Um
I mean, I know you don't remember word for word, but the tone of them.
I mean I do think there's like I mean how I like I don't even know how to capture this, but I feel like I think this might make sense. Like the sort of like MySpace poem
Hmm.
vibe is
Hmm.
definitely like I don't even know like I don't know how to describe that necessarily, but it is like sort of like broken down like minimalist lyrics, right? I mean
Yeah.
that's kind of the vibe back then, right? You're like
Yeah.
being like kind of like cute and it's kind of like a little like raw vibe. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. A little
it's
raw, a little
yeah.
like, I mean, because what it is it's like achingly sincere, but then,
Yeah.
but also just like, that's how I
Yeah, but
describe it.
it's
Like,
like, am I? Yeah, it's like, but I don't even. Oh, I don't even know. I shouldn't even said
yeah,
that.
like, isn't it crazy that I just said that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that the vibes of them of what I was of that was kind of like that. Definitely like cute inscribed. Definitely from her end, like cute
Mhm.
little like minimalist dinosaur drawings like inside of a mixed CD. That
Cute.
is like
Oh, so you guys are doing mixes. Hell
yes,
yeah.
yeah, big time CDs back and forth, back and forth.
It's giving Nick and Nora's, you
Big time,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
big
Because
time,
that's what it
yeah.
is also is like the movies that, I think we're all of our
Mhm.
romance is influenced by like indie movie
Uh,
like culture
yeah,
at the
yeah.
time.
Indie movies were so cute back then. It was really insane that they existed like that.
Yeah.
Like it,
I'm
I say that with hate in my heart.
I've been dying to rewatch 500 Days of Summer for like kind of years now, but I'm a little terrified.
What year is that? I feel like that's definitely like that feels like one of our movies. Not like our
Yeah.
movies, but I feel like we saw it together, right?
Yeah.
What
That I
year?
mean, that was definitely at least late, like either eighth grade to
No,
early high school.
that's late. That's later. That's
It's later.
yeah.
It
Nick and
feels
Nora
very
stuff is also
formative
later.
to me.
I'm trying to think of maybe it is like Juno and shit. I'm trying to think of
Juno's the vibes.
it would be like
Nick and
summer
Nora's a little bit later.
yeah. No, I definitely watched that movie like in high school.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and that's the thing. Like I think it's like uh romantic male leads are changing at that
Yes.
point,
Yeah.
and now you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, well, how do I emulate that? And same thing with
Yeah.
the girls, then it's the manic pixie dream girl. So we're all sort of
Totally.
playing into those roles if we find ourselves in that, like, kind of
Yeah.
scene, you know.
What's the guy back there? Like what's the I guess he's like yeah, it's like an ultra sincere kind of like sweater vest. I guess I'm thinking
Yeah,
of JGL and 500 Days of
it's
Summer.
giving it, yeah, it's JGL kind of like tender soft boy kind
Yeah.
of, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is all yeah echoes of Michael Cera. Like I got you. I put freaking Tic Tacs in your mailbox. Like,
Yeah,
sorry, I'm just weird.
exactly.
I'm
I
just
wonder how
weird
he
like
feels
that.
about his legacy. That legacy at
I
least.
wonder. I wonder. He doesn't. He kind of. He's not doing it. Is he doing anything? Is he producing movies? I
I
feel like
don't
he didn't have like the
know.
Elijah Wood kind of like
I mean, I
um.
saw him. He was doing theater stuff like some years ago. Um,
Yeah. He did This Is Our Youth, right?
yeah, he did This Is Our Youth, and then he did Waverly Gallery, which I did see
What's
twice.
that? What is that?
Lucas Hedges in it.
Yo.
Elaine May was wild.
Oh, cool.
It's
Okay, cool.
another sad like Alzheimer's kind of vibe.
Totally. Yeah.
They love to
Yeah.
do that. But
We love
I
those.
saw it when I was really in my heavy Lucas Lucas Hedges era, which, you know, I don't think it
Are
ever
you
died.
off him now? Yeah.
I'm not off him, but I think I've had enough people say, listen, I don't think you're for him and he's for you, you know, and that has meant different things.
Yeah. I went crazy for
Anyway.
him in what's it called? In this
Manchester by the Sea, one of the best
Well,
films.
that too. So did you see what's it called? What is the one with Meryl Streep? Let Them All Talk.
Oh yes, that
he
movie.
banged in that, dude.
He did.
He captured something so good in that character. I mean, I thought everyone was amazing. I loved that movie. I thought it was insanely good.
That's Soderbergh, right? Yeah. I just did. I don't know if I'll edit this. I just did background for a Soderbergh thing.
Really?
It was just me and him and Zoe Winters, and it was wild.
Wow. Cool.
It was crazy. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh yeah.
God.
I love him. I think he's great.
He's a freako. We gotta love.
My mom and dad went to a Thanksgiving with him one time back in the day. They were friends with his agent.
Oh, hilarious.
And it was right before my Discord's going off. Gotta cancel that. And it was right before he made Sex Lies and Videotapes, and he was like extremely depressed, and he was like they were like their friend. I think her name was Anne. She was like my friend Steven's coming. Like he's a writer, he's very talented, but he's going through a really hard time. Like, but he's gonna come to Thanksgiving. Like, and my mom was like, hey, he like moped the entire time, was just like really depressed and like really was trying to like get, and it was literally a year before Sex Lies and Videotapes came out.
Okay, that's LA for you. That's California.
I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. That was sick. I was like, why didn't you tell me that? My mom never told me that.
Yeah, like what the hell, mom? Jesus.
The coolest shit ever. Yeah.
Basically. Okay, so how is this relationship sort of progressing? How long has it been? Where are we going?
I want to say this is like a 5-month relationship. My guess on the timeline would be like April or May of 2000, May of a year until like October of the year. So maybe like 9 months. Maybe start a little before then. But there's a big moment sort of towards the end of the summer where Brandon and Mackenzie, the other half, have a mutual, in my memory, a mutual and like normal agreement that they're like, school is about to start. We go to different schools. This is just not going to work out.
Yeah.
Like, let's just break up or whatever.
Okay. And like, very mature.
Very mature. Good decision, honestly. And I'm like not trying to do that.
Hell no. Sure. Yeah.
And so I'm like leading. I'm like, well, we got to stay together. We'll like figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sensing that that's not going to be the case.
What's making you sense that?
She's just not. It's just not like something slipped. It's like her friend has made this decision, and then like she's like, maybe it won't, whatever. You know what I mean? And
but how much how much of an impact is the different schools making? Like, they're not very far from each other or anything? Like, it's just kind of.
They're not far. Yeah, no, it's
like
not
we won't be able to
far.
see each other as much or whatever.
I think also maybe it doesn't matter, but there is it's revealed sort of maybe a month after we've both started dating them that they're 1 year younger than us, which at that time is huge.
They're 1 year what?
Younger than the both of us.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think there is maybe a vibe. We're starting high school. They're not. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think just like something. I don't know. I mean, it would be the kind of thing where it's like then you would just only see each other on the weekends, which is like it is summer at this point. Again, both Anna and Brandon live near each other, so it's super easy to just hang out like any day, any time.
Yeah.
And then we just like aren't.
Well, maybe it's also like an intention thing of like, oh, these were supposed to be the summer boys, you know?
Yes.
Like I definitely hooked up a couple of my friends under the guise of like summer fling, and then they end up.
Yeah. And I like, and there is, I mean, there's some other like, there's also some like C players, like they have friends, they have additional friends and then we have additional friends, and there's some hooking up there like down the line.
Uh-oh.
But I couldn't comment on even kind of. I mean, it did. If I remember correctly, it's like, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think you know where this story is kind of going. Is that she's through with me eventually. I was like, I don't know. I remember like literally like walking her to like her mom's car or whatever, and I was like, she's like, I'm gonna get, you know what I mean? And I was like, and she was, you know, the breakup. That was when the breakup happened.
Oh no. Okay, but you're not breaking up before school starts yet. Right now, you're like, oh, we're gonna.
I think we try. I want to say we trial run it for like maybe like the first month of school potentially.
Okay.
And then it just like, yeah, it was too difficult. And we had the added thing where it was like the other two had split up, so like they're not.
What do we do?
The friend group, the whole friend group thing is not now. It's like it's become like a one-on-one kind of.
Well, did that feel like more pressure or?
Yeah, like, definitely. Yeah. Because then it's like, yeah, it was like sort of like, it's easy to kind of like vibe out when you're just like four people kind of hanging out, and it's like, yeah, you split off and have like romantic things with someone. But,
yeah.
You know, when it's just like, because then it's like, you know, I remember like going to a dinner at her like family's house, and it was literally like me and them, and I'm like, you know, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like kind of it's pressure a little bit, and maybe I didn't rise to the occasion, or maybe she was uncomfortable with it. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, she had two like really tough surfer brothers, and then one older sister who was like probably 30 at that point, or like late 20s, and she's the youngest of four. So it's like there's a whole ass vibe going on, and I'm like, again,
like,
I think
I'm a child. I can't have in-laws yet.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I'm also crushing it with the mom, but I don't know if I'm crushing it with the brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
More. You can't be both. You can't be both. You have to play. You know, I mean,
two different modes. Two different modes.
Yeah,
to play
definitely.
In.
And it's like not like she's cool or whatever, but.
So are you at this point feeling like you want out, or are you still like into her?
I never want out. When she like ended it with me, I was like pretty devastated.
How did she end it with you? Was there a catalyst, you think, or it was just like then she was like, no?
I like don't totally remember, but it's also like, yeah, I think it was just kind of, I think it was the same thing. It was like, oh, we're not, you know, this is gonna be this long distance relationship.
Just too
we can't drive 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're children.
15 minutes. It's so fun. Like every time I've been back home, I'm like, a place that I would felt like I'm doing. I'm like, oh, that was that's like a quarter-mile walk. Do that walk in 10 minutes. And I was like, that was a whole trip back.
Yeah, a perception. Everything's bigger and harder.
Yeah, definitely.
So she kind of breaks it off then.
Yeah, the thing about it though is that, and I think this is also like, she breaks it off, and then it is like, I accept it enough to this group of girls kind of does become part of like the friend group going forward, like throughout at least like the first year of high school.
Yeah.
And so
it's like it's not like no contact.
No, yeah, it's like, and I think that was also like and it's like she was definitely like around after, but it's interesting though that I don't remember being super like wistful per se for her when she was like around. But I guess I did like accept the reality of it, and like accept the circumstances a little bit, like, you know.
But at the time you were sad.
I was sad. I was sad for a bit, but then I like handled it gracefully, I think.
Yeah, well, that's all you can do. You're not trying to look like a fucking sucker out there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Was there any part of
some of her friends?
Uh-oh.
And then I hooked up with some of her friends, but they weren't as pretty as her. So I was like sad, you know.
Was it revenge?
A little bit of revenge.
Maybe a little.
There's more, and my friends were like disgusting. You know, she's like, I'm not gonna hook up with your fucking ugly ass weird friends. I was like, yeah, well, I'm hooking up with yours. I think it was like kind of playful, but I think it was like, I think we would like continue to like fight a little bit about it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was like a point of, but it was never that serious. You know what I mean? But it was also like she would kind of hold it against you. But I was like, you broke up with me. which is, I mean,
Yeah, like I'm allowed. You made the choice or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting to stay friends. I don't know.
definitely.
I mean, I think I did that all the time because just all of my crushes were my friends and I just like had no
Right.
choice,
Yeah, yeah.
But like you didn't necessarily need to stay friends because you had the different schools and whatnot.
Right, but I do think like I do think that there was like at least like a year and a half of like kind of some chilling afterwards, like with the whole group. So I think I did feel the desire to like keep those appearances.
Were there textings happening? Or did the
between me
texting
and her
stop? Yeah, after the breakup.
I think the texting for sure mostly stopped.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, and then I don't know if the story does have a bit of closure, which is thrilling. I think, which I think is exciting. But no, I don't think that there was like much like room. Like when we broke up. I remember being sad, kind of like sucking it up, accepting it, and then kind of I think just as strong as it came on, it kind of like the crush kind of died. And I just
interesting. So you didn't internalize any of that breakup as necessarily like to do with you. Like you knew of it as like a circumstantial thing. Like you didn't take. Did it feel like a rejection? I guess
it did feel like it for sure did feel like a rejection.
Okay.
I was definitely sad. I felt rejected, and I was like, I guess I would like, I don't know. It wasn't like devastating me to be around her, but I think probably there was like like I would still hang out with her, but it was kind of like.
When you say that as fast as like the crush came, it also went. Do you think that was like a coping thing? You're just like, okay, well now I'm done.
Yeah,
now I'm for it.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think I've always kind of been like that. You know what I mean? I can like accept the reality of the situation and like like
does it tear you up inside as
privately I mean, absolutely does. Absolutely does, but nobody would know, and I'm definitely like letting you know what I mean.
Had you do you think that's just like a way that you grew up? Like how did you feel comfortable expressing your hurt?
Not publicly, no. And that's the rub of life,
right.
For me
was there an event or is it just like
in my life?
Yeah. Or is that just the way that you grew into your feelings?
Not a particular event. Definitely a slightly repressive household. An angry father, which is, I mean, it all starts that way, doesn't it? All the great all the great plays and books. And yeah, so it was like, and it was like, if I'm gonna get in trouble for something, you know what I mean? Like if I express myself and I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm not gonna do that. I kept it in. It was all tucked away from me, and it was the same. Well, I think I was like a pretty gentle person growing up, and that was like good for a while, and then I realized, I think especially in like other relationships, I was like, no, it's actually extremely important to express yourself and to sometimes have conflict and to like say how you're feeling, or else it will bubble up and something bad will happen. You know what I mean?
So you didn't necessarily get to the point in that relationship that you were like, do you think you were vulnerable with her, or it was mostly like sort of surface level, like jokey, we enjoy being around each other? Like, because when I think of that age time, that time of your life, at least my history is just very much like, feelings, sad boy. Like I mean, but I was just like armchair therapy already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talking about the feelings. Was that your mode with her? Or was it more just like light and fun and woo, it's exciting?
No, I think it got emotional. I think it did get deep. And I guess I guess it's more. I guess what I was talking about earlier was more that I like feel like I'm like conflict avoidant. And when someone
Right.
like breaks up with you, it makes you sad. You're like, well, I'll just keep hanging out with you, like, and it's all good. You know what I mean? Like whatever.
Not
But
like
I do
setting
think
a boundary.
I'm emotional. I was like, even at that age, I was quite emotionally expressive. I think that I think and so I think that we got real for sure.
Yeah, you had your deep talks.
I think she was like sad to break up with me. Like I think she felt. I think it was like it felt like a big deal, kind of. You know.
Maybe it just felt like what she thought she was supposed to do.
Right. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it literally, it sticks out like it literally sticks out. It's like, oh, you have a boyfriend, they don't live here. Or, you know what I mean? Again, it's like we literally basically live in the same town, but it is literally different. It's like he's not at school. What are you like? What's going on?
Yeah. Does he even exist? Like, she didn't want people to think that she was making up a fake boyfriend. You know, exactly. Like, and that was the vibe back in the day, is you had a fake boyfriend or girlfriend in Canada. Okay, so you're being friend vibes. Are you at this post breakup? Are you trying to get into another sitch, or are you like, how are you feeling about love at that point? Like after she's
I think I rode my confidence to
hook up town. Yeah.
I remember in the 9th grade I was doing a lot of hooking up.
Okay. Yeah. You're like, this is well, I'm single now. I can do all the kissing.
High school.
Yeah.
I was like vibing, you know.
And you're feeling confident and
that pretty confident. Yeah. I lost a lot of weight. Older kids, like I was in the plays. And I was in the first audition. Yeah. Oh yeah. I auditioned for the first play of the year as a 9th grader. Okay. And then in about four kids. 4 9th graders. I was one of them. So I felt good. I was just in the ensemble or whatever, but I felt good to be included. You know what I mean? And
you were you were finding your place a little bit. That's the vibe.
Yeah.
But you're not like necessarily trying to launch into having another GF.
No, I don't think I had a GF that. I think I started dating someone again in the 10th grade maybe, but all of that 9th grade era I was riding high. And vibing out.
Yeah.
I also had a big transition kind of period because a lot of I guess that was later on, but I was starting to hang out with more theater type people, or even kind of my more like what would be like sort
finding your tribe,
friend.
your chosen
family. Well, yeah. Yeah, finding some really deep things. Yeah, it was like, and I was kind of like, maybe I don't want to hang out with the skaters anymore. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's cool to be intelligent. Maybe it's cool to be expressive. Like, you know what I mean?
And I think that that's also the era of like redefining the quote unquote nerd or whatever. Like, that's when like smart is starting to become cool. You know,
sexy, bro.
Sexy is,
you know that old phrase, smart is sexy.
So what happens with Anna?
Okay, so and here's the big finale. So let's see how we can land this plane. So couple years later, I think this is probably the summer after my 11th grade, like junior year potentially.
Okay.
Or maybe my sophomore year, or maybe in the I think summer after junior year, because I was single.
Older vibes.
I mean, this is truly, I mean, what is this? This is literally, this is 2-3 years later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My parents go out of town because they're going to a family reunion, but I'm still running cross country at this point. So I'm doing like pre-season training.
Okay.
So I have to stay or whatever. And everyone's gone except for my dad's friend, Doug, comes to house sit. You know what I mean? Like, we have dogs. They're not just
letting you run wild.
Yeah, I'm 17 or 16 or whatever it is. Like, I don't think I should be by myself.
Sure.
And Doug is very lax and loose, and I'm a good kid at this point. Like,
and if you're not, and I just need to say, if you're not watching the Patreon video, I just do need you to know that Wyatt just grabbed a little notebook.
Oh,
and it's making me very excited.
What if I had? I have like a diagram of my house, and I walk you through it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just a writer, so I have these.
He's just a writer.
Along with my jury duty summons and an ambulance call. I'm okay. So both of my parents' friends, Doug is there. He's from Georgia. He's a cool guy. He and my dad went to college together. And it's great. I mean, it's literally like, I'm like, this is so fun. I'm like, I like him. We get along. Funny guy.
How long is this trip that they're away?
Like a week and a half.
Okay.
I mean, it's literally just, and it's like, it feels kind of mature. It feels fun. Anyway, regardless, we're having a blast. I'm working at that point, like at like a pizza place away.
Cute.
So it's like, I'm living my best life. I'm going across country. It's like, and at one point I invite my friend Brandon Conrad, of course. And we're drinking when this is like, we had kind of not ended our friendship, but had kind of moved on from being friends. So
it had faded just like in that way. Yeah. Did you guys go to the same school together? Yeah.
We went to the same school. Yeah. Okay. It had faded over the years a little bit, but for whatever reason, like he came over and we're literally like drinking beers. I'm upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm upstairs. My Doug is downstairs.
My Doug.
Like, and I think I even said like, my friend Brandon's gonna sleep over. Is that okay? And he's like, yeah, of course, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I was like, he's here. My friend is here, and like that was chill. But we were, smoking cigarettes and drinking beers. And I don't know how it comes up. I think Brandon's like, Mackenzie and I, his girlfriend from then, have been kind of hooking up.
Oh shit.
And I was like, whoa, shit. And she's like, yeah, she like wants to like hang out maybe tonight. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like my parents aren't here, so like, like, and he's like, and she's with Anna, and I was like, whoa, I was like, dude, I haven't talked to Anna in so long. You know what I mean?
Ass, bro.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, should they like, they want to hang out? And I was like, yeah, they should come over, And
how did it feel when he said that? The thing.
I mean, I'm literally, dude.
Are you butterflies?
Now I'm literally like, I haven't heard. I'm like literally like, oh my god, it was so, because I was just like, it was true. Like I was like, I didn't think I would really ever see, because I'm also not hanging out with her at this point. You know what I mean? Like, this is truly like, this feels like like at that point it feels like ancient history. So now it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But it's like, even at that point I was like, dude, I never thought. I was like, what? And then I'm also like, I'm kind of like, well, whatever. I don't know. She's like a boyfriend or whatever. But it's gonna be the two of us, the four.
But is there part of you that's like a little excited? Like,
oh yeah. No, I'm like, I'm hoping to God that it works out.
Yeah.
And my parent, like, so like, this house is literally kind of like I said before, not that much money around the house. But for some reason, my parents rented this. We like had an old house that we lived in, and then like we rented this house for a while, and it was like it had like a pool, and a jacuzzi.
Hell yeah.
We lived there for like a year and a half. And a jacuzzi. We lived there for like a year and a half, and then never again. And then my mom left. Anyway, but so like, and like we're downstairs, and Doug is seemingly sleeping in the bedroom, which is, well, we're upstairs at first. We're drinking beers and like like smoking outside
being
my
boys.
room.
Yeah,
being boys, and the ladies do show up. They show up. And then like we like get more drunk and like sneak down to like the jacuzzi, and it's like we're just fully there,
Well, what is she like when you see her for the what is that like when you see her for the first time when they arrive?
I mean, I think we're all kind of like, isn't this like, it's immediately like, isn't this funny? Like we're like, look at this. And I think
she looks amazing.
She looks great. You know what I mean? She's matured, gotten maybe 2 inches taller. I don't know.
You could say it. She's got titties.
Yeah, maybe she got some titties too. I don't know. We're not talking about her body. We're talking
okay, sure.
But damn, she looks good. No, and so we go to the jacuzzi and we're like really drinking and smoking weed maybe. And then we're just like really, let's just like getting drunk. And then kind of like, and it's like, I should be way more scared because like my parents' friend is just like kind of like there. Like
over there.
He's sleeping. So like, I guess it's like fine, or like, maybe he knows that he like, he's just letting boys be boys or whatever. Exactly. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like I would get in trouble I feel like he would like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know.
He's probably just like, above my pay grade, let him have a time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And
You guys are getting
then
absolutely shit faced in the
we're
jacuzzi.
getting shit faced drunk.
Is it
Which is
becoming
funny.
horny to you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think it's like from the get go. There's like it's the tension is palpable, and
Yeah.
also because Brandon and Mackenzie are already hooking up, so it's like they're going to tonight. You know what I
And
mean?
they were the
Like,
leaders of the pack as far as the breakups went. They set that
exactly.
tone prior.
And
So,
just like that, they they led the reconnection too, because later on in the night they're in my bed, I think, for some reason. And but Anna and I are like in the like we go into the shower.
oh my God.
Maybe it's just so the guys like washing off or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's wash off that jacuzzi water.
Yeah, totally. And I was like a virgin at this point, and we didn't have sex. That would have been what a way to go. So but yeah, no, I mean, we fully just like hooked up again
in the shower.
In the shower, like very like,
oh my,
kind of intense. And that was
how did you feel like it was like a mutual move, like you both at some point were like, well, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And even in the moment we were kind of like, isn't this so weird? Like we like we were like, oh my God, like this feels like I can't believe we're doing this again. We were like laughing the bits were coming back, you know what I mean? Like,
oh man.
Yeah.
Like, is this like overarching horny vibes, or in the moment are you also just like, damn, like is it giving you like love feelings again, like, or is it just like, man, this is crazy?
I think that definitely there is like I really think I think it's like, again, I can't really like comment on like her like sort of like way she might be right now, you know, but it's like she seems like I felt at that point in my life like I was like a pretty sensitive and emotional and kind of like spiritual person or whatever, like generally. And I think she was too. And I remember us being like, wow, this is like so weird and like kind of cool and like special, you know what I mean? So like go back. So I think there is definitely like a romantic kind of, you know what I mean, like thing to it, you know, like that, like for sure.
Yeah.
It was very exciting and a little horny and a little bit, you know, for definitely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we were fully kind of like, wow, here it goes. Here it goes again, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does that night like end? Is it just like cool? I mean, that was sick making out in the shower with you.
Never happened again.
Why?
Never again.
Or how did you feel about that? Did you think of it as like, oh, this is just one special moment we got to share, and then we can let go?
Yeah, I think so.
Have any expectations tied to it?
Yes. Yeah. I think I started to date someone like not so soon, a little bit afterwards, but like I think even at the time we were like, hey, this is pretty like cool and interesting, but it's like our lives are completely separate. We don't even like really know each other anymore at all.
You're not trying to.
So it's like, what's there to do? But it was like on that night, I was like, you know what I mean? How exciting is this?
That's sick. That's, I mean, that's as good enough as that's as good of closure as like you can kind of get, is just
definitely
like a steamy shower makeout. You think she also had no expectation? It wasn't like she starts texting you after that or anything.
No, not like, no, I certainly don't remember it that way. No, I think that we were kind of just like, you know, it's like we're kind of on opposite paths, you know what I mean?
It was just one steamy special night.
Yeah, it's
wild.
2 ships passed in the night. Yeah. I had forgotten about that until I really got to thinking about it. After you sent the prompts, and I was just like, oh yeah, there was that other night.
Yeah. How did you feel? So you said you started dating someone not long after that. How do you feel like that crush sort of impacted the way you went about dating, if it did, or how did it make you feel about yourself and in the context of love?
I mean, like I sort of mentioned, like she was super like bit centric and like very funny and quippy. And I think like for the rest of my life, I was like, I gotta have someone I can like rap with, or else like this isn't gonna like, this isn't gonna
so
be
that set
the
that
move.
standard.
huge standard for me. Yeah, I mean, and definitely to this day, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I definitely think that like I don't know, it was definitely the first time that I was like, oh, it's okay to be sensitive to someone, and it's okay to like
Mm-hmm.
lean into it. And it's like, and I do think that a major factor of it was the like hangout factor of like the two couples together, and like that vibe is still something that I like really care about now. It's like I think that you need to have like your crew. I don't like relationships to like exist like independently. You know what I mean?
You don't want the moment where you have to like introduce your new girlfriend to your friend
Yeah,
and
yeah,
hope that they get
yeah,
along.
yeah. I think it's like I think it's like important to like not have that, and also to like make sure you're like socializing. Because like she and I also had like a really I think we did have like I think there was a reason why, even though I was like a little sad, like why it was like kind of easy to transition and like kind of being friends. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, we just have like a good rapport, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, you enjoy each
led
other.
with that, and that was like important, you know what I mean?
Do you feel like
Um,
you found yourself in some more like friends to lovers types of situations, or do you
mm,
typically like, oh, like know that that's the one you like and you're gonna kind of go after it in that with that intention? Do you know what I mean?
um, I think it's more about making sure those tenets exist like in starting your relationship. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Jesse and I, my current, my girlfriend, my current girlfriend,
You heard it here
um,
first, folks.
to any uninformed,
Very funny. We'll
we
say,
never extremely funny comedian,
yes,
and a blast to be around. And so yeah, I mean, definitely you know what I mean.
yeah,
She hit all the marks of
yeah.
first crush. Um, um, but like we didn't know each other and like became lovers and friends and
Mhm.
boyfriend and girlfriend like all at the same kind of time. But it was like obvious that we had like a good like baseline of like, oh, like we can hang out together, and like if we weren't in a romantic relationship, we would still like very easily be
Like
able
each
like
other
we
as
like yeah,
people.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do think yeah, in most other relationships that I had before then, that was like definitely. But I don't like typically I don't feel I don't know. I think it is like weird some like
Mm.
uh I think like it's not like I'm like intentional like I'm going to date this but kind of a little bit.
You
I
kind of
don't
just
know.
know. You think you know when you
Yeah,
see it.
yeah. My first girl, a girl I dated in college, we kind of were like friends for like a year, and then like it eventually became a vibe, I guess. But I think
Mhm.
usually like I don't know. I think it can get a little hairy. I've just like seen too many people kind of like be really close friends with someone, and they'd be like, I think actually maybe we're romantically involved, and
Yeah, it's
like
very
someone,
hard. That's
yeah,
uh oh
yeah,
transition that I've never at least really achieved. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Um,
yeah.
when it comes to your future crushes and relationships, like, so we know funny is one. Do you think that that is like is there a comfort that you find with people like what are the other sort of threads? Like, do you think that they bring out the sort of best in you in that way? Do you think it's like you prioritize the bits and the being able to riff and whatever, but like does that
Hmm.
go hand in hand with like being more comfortable to be sensitive, or like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think so. I think so.
Because that could very easily translate the other way where it's like
Mhm.
we only know how to be funny jokey with each
Yes.
other and not
Yeah, yeah.
real, which is a trap I feel like I've put myself in often,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah. No, no, no. It's like certainly with Jesse the two went hand in hand. It's like we like immediately had like a pretty like deep emotional connection that like went along with all that stuff. So it was just like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've really fallen into a trap with other people in the past where I've been like avoidant. I think I'm pretty like open
Yeah.
emotionally,
Yeah.
especially now.
Do you think that like you grew into that because like were you like that prior to Anne, or do you think that you learned that a little bit like through Anne, like of, oh, I can be all of the different parts of myself, you know?
Um,
Anna. It was Anna, right? I call her
it
Anne.
was funny because I dated someone named Anne later on, so I was like, no. I was like, that's not right, but I'm not gonna correct you. I was like, we're not talking about her.
Please.
She's chill. She's chill. Uh, I do think that no, I mean, I think yeah, I do think that that was the first. I think that's why I like wanted to talk about her because I was like,
Yeah.
this does feel like the one that set me on like some sort of course to like be able to, and also to be able to meet someone like kind of where they're at, because it's like, yeah, we didn't have like we didn't know each other like at all. We had no
Mhm.
like any sort of like history. So it's like, all right, so when you like don't really know someone, like what are you gonna do? Like eventually
Yeah. Who are you going to
you're
present?
eventually gonna have to say something about like how you're actually
Yeah.
feeling in order so they like know what you're about. You know what I mean?
Well, because you could totally do the other way where it's like, this is a stranger and I can just be whatever version of myself
Yeah.
I
Well, I
want
think
to
that was it.
be.
Yeah. I mean, I think that that was kind of literally like that kind of got me through the door because I was like, oh, I can like kind of. It's not like, but no, I mean, it's not as if I was trying to be someone else, but more,
No,
I
no,
guess,
but it's just like,
realistically, more that I was trying to, I could be more like myself.
yeah, and like but you are aware of the different sides of yourself, you know, and you can choose like, well, I'm gonna be funny right now. Like my entryway is gonna be the funny Wyatt. And like
Totally. Yes. Yeah.
now while
Yeah.
I'm in it, oh, I'm realizing I can be this Wyatt also, you know.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sick. That's a good thing
Yeah.
to learn at that age because I think that
I
that
think
takes
so.
people a
Yeah.
long time to get to, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I mean, yeah, I've always definitely considered myself like a good romantic partner for the most part, you know,
Okay,
because
brag.
like,
Good.
I
Uh,
guess, I don't know.
so
Hey,
Wyatt claimed that he's the
let's
best
ask the other
boyfriend
side.
to ever exist. Let's get a list of callers and no.
Fuck,
I
here
believe
they
you.
come.
I don't think you're a villain.
No, probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Well, maybe we should get this girl on the line and decide. A
Great.
cis white man claims that he's good
He's
romantic
good.
partner.
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
right. Yeah,
In
fuck,
this
he's
rape
right.
culture, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that close to your name
Hey,
because it's wrong.
yeah. Wyatt Fair rape culture.
Right there.
Not funny. Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Bad. Well, that's lovely. I love
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like insanely traumatizing and yet you still learn something.
I
Rare,
think so. Yeah, I
you
think so.
know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like
You were
sometimes,
being little adults.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so.
Have you
It's
done it in
yeah.
the shower yet? Did you do it?
In general.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Sick.
went all the way in the shower eventually.
Sick.
Dude, what could be better?
Honestly, sometimes
um,
gets a little hot though. Like, I yeah, yeah.
yeah, you can also fall. I'm also like, am I gonna fall down? I
Yeah,
literally, dude,
test
I'm
your
like every day, I'm
strength.
like, am I gonna fall out of the shower? Like just in general, and I'm like, God, I am almost 30 years old.
Yeah.
So I slip in the shower. Back
You
then,
just
I was
take
like,
baths from now on just to be safe.
yeah, lower
I
myself down really slowly.
remember my olden
Um,
days making out in the shower. Now I just have to take
yeah,
baths.
yeah, cool shower too. There's no other way to say it. Literally, it's like my parents lived in like a baller house for a year and a half. They were like, "We can't afford this," and I was like, "Yeah, I know. What are you doing? Like, why are we?
Been
Why
such
do we have a
thanks, guys.
pool?" But you
Yeah,
know,
live it up while you can.
yeah, totally, totally.
Well, I want to talk to you about music stuff. I'm very excited.
Oh,
At the
yeah,
end of every
yeah,
episode, we talk about music that reminds us of the
yeah.
time that we were loving and kissing in the shower. You got some picks for me today? Where should we start? Do we have one, two,
Oh,
three? Yeah. You
oh,
got one
three of
song?
them. I definitely have two, and
Okay.
and no, I got this. Um,
We do
okay,
it.
the first one we have to kick it off with, and yeah, this is all music that she introduced me to.
Oh, cool.
Um, uh, a little song by Omaha's finest Connor Oberst of
Hell
Budweiser.
yeah.
Lover, I don't have to love.
Obviously.
This one devastated me, and I think maybe she sent me this one like not after we broke up, but I remember listening to it like.
Hell yeah. I mean, but did you fancy yourself a Connor type?
Listen to that piano. I like spiritually, yeah, but I don't think I was a Bright Eyes fan at this point.
You weren't a Bright Eyes fan.
Like, yeah.
I mean,
this is the first Bright Eyes song I heard potentially.
I mean, this song was huge. If you felt jaded or edgy and horny at all at the time, this was the song for you.
It's so good. I wanna love it, I don't have to love. I went to Connor Oberst's bar in Omaha once.
He has a bar?
Yeah, it was just like a regular cocktail bar. It was
I don't know.
And I was like, also like, I don't even think I care, but I was like, I'll go. You know.
No, I mean, I definitely cared. Fans of the podcast know that I definitely went to Casadega because of the album Casadega.
Yeah.
I like visited. I mean, it was in Florida, so it wasn't that hard. But I was a Connor girl all the way.
Yeah.
Do you have your favorite lyric from this song? Or is it just the chorus? Here it comes.
Yeah.
What may have been here before?
He lost his mind.
He lost his mind, right?
Yeah.
I wanna love her, I don't have her. I want a girl who's just not to give a fuck.
Fuck, that part.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
They said me here, but I'm not sure. I got the money if you got the time. You said it feels good. I said I'll give it a try. Yeah, a girl who's so sad. She's, but that's funny because it's that doesn't even seem to describe her. But it's just like the most dramatic.
No, yeah.
But she had so if she was a Connor girl, she had some depth,
Definitely, yeah.
Actors. Okay, I think forever. But...
Yeah.
No, go on.
When did he say? Where's the? Oh wait. Never mind. Yeah, no, definitely like.
Let's just keep touching in the shower.
Keep singing. Good bridge, dude. Literally a great bridge.
We can listen to the whole thing.
Your voice is so good.
That's that.
I didn't say karaoke. Can I find it?
Memorize. All right, here it comes. I loved this. I love the bridge too. But you write such pretty words, but life's no story. This part. This one. Love's an excuse to get hurt. And hurt. He likes to hurt. I do. It hurt me. We're definitely so fucked up to grow up on this. Like, yes, it hurt me.
Yeah. Well, I know that you're a big fan of Hawthorne Heights, yeah?
Hawthorne Heights? There's a few tracks. Definitely there's a few tracks. Is that the next? Ohio's Lovers?
It can't. I think it's like, I don't even know if I would connect this to her necessarily, but I would connect this to the this time of life. Yeah. The fact that we were listening to this like at age 13, just like, this is good. This is,
perhaps
this is okay.
It did some stuff to our brain.
Perhaps it messed us up a bit.
Yeah. Hey girl.
I know. Hard to feel
like I don't
care at all. It's true.
And how you feel. These lights off.
I do feel like
keep rolling on.
Music nowadays.
And on and
like
on.
An old person. They wish they could be this sincere.
I do agree with that.
Like, this is actually cringe because it's actually sincere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't make it. Because my heart is in got my wrist in got my wrist in
Or die. Or die.
You know you do, you kill me well. You fucking do.
What does that mean? You kill me well. You kill me so good, baby.
Final practice time. It's like literally like every synonym for like I'm dead.
I'm dead. I'm dying.
I'm on my wrist. I can't
I'm slowly
breathe.
declining. I'm on life support. They pulled the plug. Do you feel that you
Spare
felt
me,
this
spare me.
intensely about her, or just
Yes,
these are
dude.
later? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I
Just
felt this intensely. I would die.
you
I don't know.
die for
Yeah,
her.
maybe, yeah. I can't make it on my own. It's like the band Chick. You remember that?
Who? I don't think I
Yeah,
listened to them. I think that
They
sounds from like
I
was
can't
it Jay?
think of any of their songs honestly right now.
Yeah.
So that I think we should do the Recluse by Cursive. This is the last one.
Oh, the
You know that
okay.
song?
Yeah, I think so.
That and Lover I don't have.
Oh
to
yeah,
love
Cursive.
until-
Yes.
But
Okay.
she also did just in it. Chick is like the band that's like exclamation point. But
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember them.
I can't really like. I can't. I don't think I really like them much.
I
But
was
even then, I was like, maybe I
I
don't
for
like
some
everything
reason
that
wasn't
the
like
song goes.
I wasn't I think I found Connor and I knew that Connor was influenced by Cursive and there were
Right.
songs that I was about, but I think I just got so narrow, tunnel vision on
Yeah.
him that I didn't even
Yeah.
try to explore more. But this was a song. I'm gonna listen.
This album is amazing. I still like both of those.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of like in and out on emo music in general. It's like not totally my thing. But
Yeah.
This album is really good.
I mean, when it hits, it hits. It's undeniable. But you weren't a recluse. You were a social butterfly. That's what's so funny too is like I feel like we were maybe perhaps similar-ish, younger people, kind of funny, whatever.
Yeah.
Like being that like person, that outgoing. I mean, I had been described as bubbly. I hated that, but
Yeah,
being
totally.
that and then going home and be like, you guys don't even get it. This is I listen to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think especially as like a friendly boy. It's like you're like, oh, he's a friendly boy. You know what I mean? Like he's so sweet and friendly, and then you're like, you don't even fucking.
Then you're like, I want to love her. I don't have to love.
And I'm like, cut my wrist and I'm black wine line.
And you're like, hey, how's it going to the mom?
Yeah. Hey,
wow, this has been so fun.
Also, my big thing is that I would wake up really early, and so I'd just like go upstairs. I'm like, I'm bored, and I'd be like, hello, Mrs. Conrad, how are you this morning? And like drink coffee with the parents. Not coffee probably, but I was like,
that's hilarious. You were really that kid.
Yes, I was the early to rise boy.
That's hilarious. Why?
I think even at this, why would I wake? I don't know. I like anxiety problem.
Were you like excited to be an adult as a kid?
Yeah. My big thing, and I'm feeling now because it's so fucking hot here, and I'm just like annoyed. Like I hated the summer.
Yeah.
This summer was honestly one of the better ones. But I didn't like for most of my life, like between like all of elementary school and then into like I didn't like the summer because I was just like, there's no structure. I don't want to go to the beach every day. Like I literally like school. Sorry, like I literally like school.
I mean,
especially when I was
I get that. I feel like when we were approaching this summer, I swear it's like I would have sense memory of the heat and I would feel it in my body. Like before the summer happened, I'd be like, it's going to get hot. It's going to be summer. I'm going to have like no excuse to not be out and social, even if I don't want to be, like the pressure of like, let's have a great summer was really creeping in and like literally like felt like an ominous feeling,
Yeah.
And just like, as and I've felt that a little bit, just like, oh man, am I having the greatest summer that I'm supposed to be having? Like,
I talked to my friend yesterday and he was like, I'm doing this. I'm going to Europe next month. And I was like, damn, that sounds awesome. I like.
Yeah, that's.
I actually had a pretty solid summer. Jesse and I are going to like Yosemite next month to like stay in
cool.
like I'm like, that's gonna be amazing. You know what I mean?
That'll
I
be
went to like some fun like concerts. So I was like, I guess I did it up.
Yeah.
But I still am like, I guess it's like I don't have a lot of disposable income, and I like
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
want to do comedy, so I have to sort of stick around. You know what I mean? I don't know.
yeah,
I mean, probably not. You know what I mean? But it's like sort of like
I've just been like
again,
so insanely broke, and it's just,
yeah,
like
yeah,
so hard to not like. It's hard to. I don't want to feel like a burden because of how fucking broke I am, but like
totally, yeah,
I
yeah,
really, the minute you step outside of your fucking apartment in New York, and I'm sure it's similar in LA, like you spend
yeah.
money.
It's
There's
been
no way
$1,000.
not to, and it's
Yeah,
so
literally, yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
I finally have more than like $27, and it's so sick.
totally. Well, yeah, that's. I
To
mean,
be
that's the other
gone.
thing. It's like I used to like literally like yeah, I'd like get down to the wire and I'd be like, oh fuck, I have 45 dollars. Then you get
Yeah,
paid. You're like, awesome. Now I'm normal again. I'm like, no, dude. Like I'm trying to
not even
like
true
keep it.
because I have to
I'm
do
trying to
rent.
keep things stable. Like I'm trying to
Yeah,
stay the same. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna make like any like big. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
I would
But you know,
love to come into just a little chunko of money, and I can
oh
like
yeah,
one thing,
oh yeah, yeah,
subscribe to the Patreon.
yeah,
First,
dude.
if you got $5 or something like
And
that.
you can see
Um,
me talking the whole time.
yeah,
Um,
it's really good. And
thank
I
you.
think I'm actually gonna get at least $50 from this episode alone.
You think so?
That
Yeah.
many people
I
subscribe.
mean,
Wyatt.
I have at least 1,700 followers on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I haven't hit 2,000 yet, but when I do, this episode's gonna fucking blow up.
Dude, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go absolutely
Yo,
wild bananas.
yo, 2,000 people have seen this.
You're gonna be like flooded with
Am
messages.
I a micro influencer?
Yes, absolutely. And please influence. And what a micro influencer has to do is they have to do plugs. Wyatt, this has been so fun.
Yo,
Thank
let's
you so much for coming
go.
on the show.
Oh no, it really was a blast. I was yeah, I was a little like nervous or whatever,
They
almost
say
a little
that
bit, because
folks like to
I was
say,
like,
I
this
hope
is
you
really
got
so.
less that.
No, it was so fun. You're a great co-host. I'm your co-host now.
And this is the announcement I've been waiting to make, guys. Everybody,
Yeah,
Wyatt is actually officially a
yeah,
co-host of
yeah,
Costume Crush. I can't do this shit
yeah,
on my own
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. No, you did a great job curating the conversation. It was really fun.
Thank you. I love to end the episode with a
It's fun
compliment
to,
on me.
yeah, no, it's really fun to go back in the annals and be like, what the fuck happened to me?
It is. And I do
How'd I
think
end up this
it's
way?
all real. I think it's all
Yeah,
very real and valid.
extremely significant. Yeah.
Like every
I feel
time.
like yeah, yeah.
There-
And you think so much about like what happened in college, and you're like, who
Mhm.
cares? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Or like, it's like I
Person.
know what happened. You know what I mean? But it's like
Yeah.
this is where you really get into the pure forms. But I also
Exactly.
moving back to California after being so Cali'd out, like
Mhm. How's that?
I'm entering the full. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
know. My brain is just. I'm like
Do you feel like you have one step in the past, one step in the future, one
I
foot?
mean, yeah. Yeah, yeah, the circle is getting completed. The Venn
Yeah.
the Mobius strip is going round and around.
That's so wild.
Um,
I wonder
I
would
guess I don't know.
I'm never gonna
I
experience
like it.
because I definitely will never move back to
Go back to
Miami.
Miami. Yeah.
But
I
I
also
imagine it's
in
cool.
yeah. LA is different than Orange County, I guess. Also in a lot of ways. I was always like, I'm never moving back here, and I was like, it's actually pretty chill.
Well, when you choose, it's different because you're an
Yeah.
adult now. You can do what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I don't love in Miss Chicago. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Plug wise.
What do you
I
want
mean,
to plug?
if you're I mean, you should follow me on my social media. Why not?
Yes,
At Wyatt Fair on Twitter, at Malibu's Most Wyatt on Instagram.
absolutely.
Kind of
You can plug that letterbox. I love your letterbox.
You got to check out the letterbox. I've been watching. I feel like I've been watching less movies because we're not in the pandemic mode, and I like.
Yeah.
And now it's like I'm not always watching my Criterion Channel movies. Sometimes I'm watching
Hell
Not
yeah.
Okay, Not Okay, starring Zoe Deutsch.
No,
Did you watch it?
I refuse.
It's horrible. It is
I'm sure.
horrible, and it's not even like I thought it was gonna be like funny bad, but it's just like abysmal. It sucks.
Yeah.
And it like somehow manages to be like embarrassing on like every front. You know what I mean? Like
That's the thing. I don't need more of that. You know,
no, it's so so bad.
I'm trying to be selective about what I input, and that's why before we started recording this, I was watching Love Island. You know, that was
Dude,
my decision.
have we talked Love Island? I don't think we have, right?
Love Island. Have we talked it? No.
No, we were talking Survivor recently.
We talked Survivor.
You're watching the new Love Island?
I am. I'm not that far into it.
Oh, okay. Then I won't.
But so yeah, I don't have fully formed opinions yet, except for my general opinions, which is just what must it be like to be that hot?
Yeah, totally.
Just kind of walking around. Not a care in the world.
Love Island.
You what?
Have you watched the old seasons where they used to smoke cigarettes and drink all day?
Yeah, they don't let them drink, right?
No.
It's so psycho.
They can have like one drink.
That's so crazy. I would never.
Yeah, what's the LB? I think the LB is SoCal transplant, which I'm not anymore. I'm back in SoCal.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, we got some good shit on here. I watched. I've been watching some good stuff still.
But do you guys have any shows coming up?
We don't. We just did a show at the Elysian Theater, and we have like one-off little bits coming up. We're doing a show at the Elysian on the 1st of September. If you're a Los Angeles. We're like kind of opening or part of a show put on by a sketch group of 3 women. We're 3 men and they're 3 women, and I mean they're the two shall meet except for now. Called Best Actress. They're great.
Hell yeah!
For their show.
You gotta see the Shrimp Boys. You gotta watch the Shrimp Boys shit online. Like if you want to be ahead of the curve, knowing the good shit before it's like the thing everybody knows, you gotta get on the Shrimpies. Do it.
Yeah, we had a show last night that was fun, and we're if you're follow us on Instagram, if you're in Los Angeles, you can see us on little shows left and right.
You got
we're doing our brand of screaming male sketch comedy, and
But don't put it in the box. Don't box.
No. I feel like I always have to be like, we do sketch comedy, but it's like kind of actually funny and fun. And
you just gotta say, we do our shrimp thing. And just let people show up and figure out and decide what that is for themselves.
And baby, it's getting looser than ever. I'm feeling 29 and feeling fine.
Hell yeah.
I don't care anymore. I would say about almost anything in a good way.
You want to love
hard few years. I don't know if you guys were there for that. It kind of sucked. Now if you're gonna go to a comedy show and perform, you gotta just really have a blast.
Fuck it. Absolutely fuck whether anyone likes it or not. And then they're all gonna like it, Yeah. I miss seeing your shows. They were so fun. They were great. Great Chicago shit. Now it's great LA shit.
I want to come to New York soon. I'm trying to maybe come out in the fall. I'm not sure. But
stay tuned, New York folks.
Shit. I mean, that would be awesome. That would be awesome if maybe. Yeah, God. I mean, what if?
Give us both money so we can do our trips. Is what we're kind of saying at the end of the plugs here. And you can subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/classroomcrush. I think that's the link. You can follow me and Almond Mokota. Oh, I did. Speaking of money, I do have to say, I got a shout out. I did literally have $12 the other day, and I was really hungry, and I really didn't have any food, like not even not even the scraps that you can turn into food, rice, spaghetti, whatever, none of it. So I do need to shout out a couple fans of the pod that Venmo'd me and really made my life a lot easier. Jocelyn, thank you so much. I think Steve is a listener. Eva's a listener. Christopher's a listener. If you're a listener and you threw me some bucks, know that I truly appreciate it and really needed it, and I got to eat a food. And then honestly, I had some money left over that I was like, cool, I'm gonna get groceries. And then I did get charged by Con Ed, and I was I would have been negative if people had not Venmo'd me. So you guys really came through for your girl, and thank you. On that note, any final words, Wyatt?
No. This was a thrill to me. It's a thrill to go back. Maybe I'll write my fucking feature about this. I'll do 8th grade.
Dude. Classroom Crush Universe. That's what I want. I want everyone to write their features, and then it's like a low-key Classroom Crush universe where it's like the origins we see. Hell yeah. Stay tuned for that. We're going to be
Yeah.
huge, big stars.
Yeah.
All right. That's all.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you all for listening. Later.
Peace. Ending a podcast is always very natural.
Yeah. So